All right, folks. Good morning. It is Thursday, January 29th, and it has been brought to my attention recently that some of you are only around for the weight loss, thinking that my channel is a weight loss channel. But first and foremost, my channel is a variety channel. I've got close to 2,000 videos on this channel, and I guarantee you most of them are food review related, and not even, wrapped around diet. So, but I do understand that it is listed in my channel description that this is a variety channel of different things like gaming, metal detecting, diet, reviews. All of that, is kind of combined into a. This channel is, like I said, it's a variety channel. So with that being said, I do understand that there's a certain percentage of my audience that wants to see the weight loss, and as you know, since last year, going on the sugar diet, I've been like a 90% plant-based type of eating, when I eat meat every few days. So for those of you who are interested in my diet, I got something planned for you. I know it is not technically, February yet, but February is a short month. There's only 28 days in it. So if I start today, I can do 31 days of a plant-based diet, meaning no meat at all for the entire month of February. A true 31-day plant-based diet for a month, meaning no turkey, no chicken, none of the usual things that I have that are low fat, that is involved in animal protein whatsoever for the entire month, starting today. That is what I'm going to be doing to get through the month of February. As you know, I have my surgery in 12 days now. They called and done a phone consultation with me a few minutes ago. Told me what I can and cannot do leading up to the surgery, like midnight, the night before I have to, not have anything to eat. I can have drink and everything like that leading up into the surgery, but I have to quit. I have to go on a fast at midnight, So it's probably like an 8-hour fast. No big deal. I'll be, in the surgery, out, eating again before you know it. Plant-based, right back into plant-based before you know it. So that's the extent of what I got to do as far as fasting for the surgery goes, which is not extreme. I've done 16/8. They're a walk in the park for me. Something that this channel used to be nothing but about 16/8 type of eating windows and stuff like that. So yeah, but I am interested and curious, and I hope you are as well, about how a plant-based diet for an entire 31 days, which is, the longest months that we have in the year, the longest months consist of 31 days. So I want to, since it's February, get started 3 days going out of this month, doing plant-based eating. So I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking and food reviews. I did a weigh-in 2 days ago. My weigh-in was 261 pounds. And I fluctuate down into the 250s. So do y'all think, let me know down in the comments, do you think if I go plant-based for an entire month, now I ain't going to be, strict, Whole Foods or anything like that. Because, I like making, my little plant-based barbecues, my little plant-based spaghetti, you know, but it's going to be more starch related, you know, more McDougal style type of eating, you know, with some, you know, vegan junk every now and then, you know, some plant-based junk. I can't claim that I'm going to be 100% because I just can't. I just can't, you know, commit to that type of thing, you know, because just not in it for that. I'm in it for the health reasons, you know, the healthiness of it all. So kind of, you know, like a plant-based Mediterranean. Is plant-based Mediterranean even a thing? Is that? I know they do eat lean meat, you know, on occasion, but I think it's 90% plant-based. I don't have my phone, so I can ask it. Let's get the phone out so we can ask it a few things. Because, you know, questions. I got questions. Questions I need the answer to. So I got disconnected from my truck here for one thing. So we can ask her some things. Ah, man. Is Mediterranean 90% plant-based?
Yes, the Mediterranean diet is considered to be heavily plant-based, often around 90% or more. It focuses on whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, and nuts, with olive oil as the main fat, while limiting animal products like red meat.
Limiting animal products like red meat. Well, is there such thing as a plant-based Mediterranean-style diet?
Yes, there is a plant-based Mediterranean diet, also known as vegetarian or vegan Mediterranean. It includes nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and olive oil, while excluding meat and fish. This approach emphasizes whole foods for better health and environmental benefits.
Yeah, that's not going to be for me. I'm not going to be doing all whole foods because I'm eating canned jackfruit and stuff like that from time to time. I mean, it's going to be pretty clean, though. But anyway, I'm just going to call it plant-based month. I'm going to just eat mostly plant-based for an entire month because I'm pretty sure TVP is not on the Mediterranean diet. Is TVP allowed on the Mediterranean diet? Well, she's not reading it out, but it says yes. Okay, well, maybe it's going to be like a plant-based Mediterranean for a month. Plant-based for a month. Definitely kind of a Mediterranean style is what we're going to go with. Low-fat Mediterranean style. May I add. I have to be real clear about that low-fat thing because, you know, gallbladder. Now, we might can throw in some fat sources once we get through the surgery and stuff. We got a healing process going to be going on. I think all of this is going to be good for me anyway going into this. It's a lot to take in. Got a lot going on. But yeah, tell me in the comments what y'all think about it. I mean, do you think that I'm going to see new lows throughout an entire plant-based month without eating animal protein every few days? That is the approach I'm going with. Now, when I done the sugar diet for a month there, I lost, good 30 something pounds, you know. I don't remember. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a huge amount of weight. You know, the bigger you are, I mean, you know, I ain't knocking anybody because I'm for everybody's weight loss. But the bigger you are, you know, you're gonna shed more weight, you know, the bigger you are. I learned this in 2022 when I competed against, when I already basically was the size I am now, when I competed against larger people, you know, for prizes that was being given out by some people in our little clique there, our little group. They were blowing me away on the scale, you know, and it was for no other reason than the fact that they just had a lot more weight to lose at the time. So I couldn't compete with that. I mean, I could compete with it. My numbers were close. My numbers were close to theirs, even though the size difference, and that was considerable size difference between me at that time, because, you know, I was around what I am now then, and the people that we were competing against, we were losing the weight. It's almost like an advantage, you know, that you have the bigger you are, you know, when you want to pull them big numbers on the scale. The closer you get towards your goal, you know, those numbers, you know, are a little harder to come by. So a pound or two every few days is great weight loss, you know, when you're around the weight that I'm at now. So I'm thinking, though, if I go plant-based for an entire month, I think I'll see those 240s at least. I think I'll be at least in those 240s by the end of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to be. My low in 26 was 246. I'm definitely going to see that and put that weight loss, that number behind me this year. Definitely going to put that number behind me this year. I want to see the 230s and 220s sometime, you know, coming up. My goal is to try. I ain't going to say I'm going to do it. My goal is to try my best by the end of this year to get as close to or be in Wonderland by the end of the year. Everybody's weight loss journey is different. Everybody's body structure and frame is different because, you know, 220 is going to look quite slim on me. It's going to look good. It's going to look like it fits me to a T. I'm telling you. I'll put up a picture right here, but there's a big difference between me now and me right before I started the sugar diet. There's a big difference in the two weights that you will see. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, you know, certain people, you know, they might be, you know, it depends on your height and everything in your body mass index. For me, you know, being in the 200s is going to look better than somebody, you know, that's like 5'3" or 5'6" even, you know. If they're hitting around 200 pounds, you know, there's, you know, because like there's a limit. When I get to Wonderland, there's a limit for me for, you know, the body mass index, you know. 180 is going to be skeletal looking, you know. I don't know if I'm ready to participate in that or not. What does that to say? What does that to say? But anyway, tell me what you think down in the comments, folks. Plant-based for the entire month of February, starting 3 days in at the end of January here, so we can get a full 31 days in. Tell me what you think down in the comments, and that's all I got for this video, folks. So until the next one, you folks have a good